Just that, the TikTok influencer Mahek Bukhari and her mother, Ansreen Bukhari, have both been found guilty of the murders of Saqib Hussain and Mohammed Hashim Izzajuddin in a high-speed car chase.
Love, obsession, extortion, and murder. As the constant development of technology and social media app features, more and more young individuals are trying to gain a following online, boasting about lifestyles, and trying to get paid through the use of social media influencing. One of them being Mahek Bukhari. So who was Mahek Bukhari? Mahek Bukhari, also known as Maybe Vlogs, had developed a reputation as an online personality and content creator, frequently sharing makeup, lifestyle, and fashion tips. With more than 120,000 TikTok followers and 45,000 on her Instagram, she was growing and creating a name for herself online. Her net worth was estimated to be around $250,000 as of October 2022. Prior to this, she was a fashion graduate who spent her weekends partying in Manchester. The 24-year-old social media influencer boasted of having a close and elite relationship with her mother and often took her mother along with her to restaurants and lounges for promotional visits. You would think as her mother she would be some sort of good role model, however in one horrific night their own and many others' lives were changed forever. Her mother, 46-year-old Ansreen Bukhari, regularly appeared in her videos and created dance videos based from their family home in Stoke-on-Trent. She was the managing director of a security firm. Mahek's father, known as Ali Raza, who was quite private and was merely a businessman. She also had a younger brother, believed to be called Armani. In videos they seemed to be a tight-knit family. But that close family bond took a sinister turn in February 2022. In what became a tragic story of love, obsession, blackmail, and ultimately double murder. So what happened? That made the TikTok star and her mother hit the headlines. It came apparent that Ansreen, the married mother of two, was having a 3-year affair with a 21-year-old named Saqib Hussain, who she had met on a dating app. But in January 2022, Ansreen decided to end the affair. However, heartbroken, Saqib expressed his love for Ansreen, or as he called her, Ansi, begging her to continue the affair. Saqib had confessed to his sister that he had started the relationship as a bit of fun but had fallen in love. It was believed by Saqib's family he had spent between £2,000 to £3,000 on Ansreen during their 3-year relationship, from taking her out, hotels, and dining in restaurants. Meanwhile, during the affair, Saqib had explicit content of Ansreen from nights they had shared together. It was reported that Saqib had made 1702 calls to Ansreen in the months leading up to his death, whilst Ansreen only called him around 200 times. When Ansreen did not pick up his calls, he went on to blackmail her by threatening her with sending the explicit videos and pictures to her son and husband unless she speaks to him. Also, threatening to make the content viral online by leaking them. Mahek shockingly was aware of her mother's relationship with Saqib, and whilst not approving, she was trying to tolerate it. January 4, 2022. Ansreen confided to Mahek about the blackmail issue. Also, the existence of the explicit material would not only break the marriage but would also destroy Mahek's relationship with her father, as well as it would ruin her reputation she had been building as a successful online influencer. After confiding to Mahek, she replied to her mother, "I'll soon get him jumped by guys, he won't know what day it is." Mahek hatched a plan to silence him forever. The plan was to meet Saqib and get his phone and supposedly pay him the $3,000. February 11, 2022. Early hours, Hashim Izzajuddin, Saqib's cousin and best friend, agreed to take Saqib to Leicester from Banbury to meet Ansreen for the money which had been promised to him by Mahek. Prior to this, Saqib's sister, Sana Hussain, who had once met Ansreen outside a hotel, warned Saqib that it would be a setup, and even some of his friends said the same. They drove down in a silver Skoda Fabia. Once they arrived at the Tesco in Hamilton, Leicester as agreed, they saw 2 cars parked up with people wearing balaclavas. They got suspicious and left immediately. heading onto the A46. The two cars, a Seat Leon and an Audi, followed the Skoda, a pursuit lasting over 10 minutes. During the pursuit, there was a phone call between Mahek and Saqib, where Mahek said, "Watch what I do to you." Around a 100 miles per hour chase was happening as the two cars attempted to block the Skoda and to stop it. During this chase, Saqib also made a panic 999 call and mentioned being chased by cars with people wearing balaclavas and trying to ram me off the road. "No!" followed by screams, and a loud crash noise was heard. Around 1:30 a.m. on February 11, 2022, the Skoda Fabia crashed into the central reservation on the A46, hit a tree, split into two and burst into flames. It was identified later that they died instantly, and they were identified by dental records. Phone calls were made about a burning vehicle by passers-by. As police carried out inquiries, it quickly became apparent that the deaths of the two men was not a tragic accident. The collision was immediately linked to the 999 call made earlier by Saqib in the lead-up to the crash. A murder investigation was launched. Things started to piece together the relationship Saqib had with Ansreen for around 3 years, Mahek, the daughter who was aware of the relationship. Alongside the mother and daughter duo, 5 others were soon after arrested. These 5 defendants included Raiz Jamal, Rikan Karwan, Sanaf Gula Mustafa, Amir Jamal and Natasha Akhtar. It also became apparent none of the defendants had any money with them at the time of the meeting. The 999 call made during the pursuit was a key piece of evidence the police used in order to utilize CCTV of the journey and defendants involved in the case. Later on in the morning and roughly 8 hours after the crash, police went to Mahek Bukhari's house for investigation.
Me and May went. No, yeah, we were.
Where were you? Where was that?
So we stayed here, and then we went straight to Nottingham.
Right. Okay. In the Audi.
Yes, Audi. Yeah.
Right.
There's a car that's coming on the right-hand side, a Seat Leon, don't know the model or anything, but it was blue, come straight down, no speed, nothing, normal, on the right-hand side. We were always on the left-hand side. This right-hand side car's come now, the Leon, the blue one, has come straight next to me and come right in front of me, not very close. I've always said to myself, I'm a very good driver when it comes to this. I've been driving for 5 years, 45 years, and I've said to myself, always keep a 2 to 3 second rule gap, always, when I've said to myself, always done that. So this car's come not close, I've always braked. So I was doing 60, it was 70, I think it was 70 on the dual carriage or 60. I was doing 50 straight away, went back, went to 50 to 60, went back. This car didn't do anything to me. I don't know who, just a normal car going on the right to the left. The silver car, I don't know which brand it was, model, it's come zooming down. I've kept this 2 to 3 second rule gap, and the blue Leon's in front, and I'm at the back. This silver car's come and cut into the middle, so we're basically all 3 cars very close. I braked and I said to my mum, what is this car trying to do? And my mum saying, May, just keep your distance, everything's going to be okay, it's okay. Just a reckless, people just reckless because they know it's all the way down. If there's any cameras, there's going to be cameras, they must know there's no cameras. So they've gone all the way down, they've cut into my car. I've kept my distance, I braked. I think got to at least 40 because there was no cars behind me. Going to 40, this car was not threatening me, but agitating the blue car. So the blue car went onto the right lane, which is the overtaking lane, and the silver car went onto the right lane with the same car as the blue. So then the blue car went onto the left, and the silver car kept to the left, and it was just harassing. Like the blue car was trying to let you go, like go, you can go now because I'm letting you. But this silver car was not letting the blue car go. So I was thinking, okay, well, they're not agitating me, they're not trying to put me off my driving. I'm going on my left lane, I'm further away from these cars. So like I said, they were doing their own thing. I've gone past on the right lane now. The blue car's in front always, the silver car was behind. I've gone past and I've gone further away from this car on the left side, and then the blue car has caught up with me on the right side. I don't know who they are, I didn't even see the silver car as well. And the silver car, all I hear is like a you can hear like a bang, but not a big bang. It was like you hit behind me basically. The silver car's hit the blue car at the back like a touch, but you can tell the blue car has gone a bit faster. So I've looked at my mum and I goes, Mum, what is going on? What is wrong with, are they, I don't know if they're drunk, what are they trying to do to this blue car in general? So my mum goes, Mary, like I said, leave it. You're not involved. You don't know what's going on. You just go straight on and leave it. I goes, okay, that's fine. This blue car's gone straight now, and this silver car's gone behind. And as soon as I said, Mum, as soon as we see a slip road, we're gonna go to a slip road. We've gone forward, and the silver car's hit the back of the blue car. The blue car, see it, like Leon's gone, completely gone. As soon as I've turned around, this silver car's gone. Out from I didn't see, all I've seen is they've hit, and all I see is right, like a swerve. The silver car swerved to not my side, to the other side of the dual carriageway where the metal bits are basically. And I didn't see the car after that. I didn't hear a bang. Apparently there was mentioned there was a tree. I didn't see no tree. I didn't see anything. I've gone straight on. I've looked at my mum and I said, Mum, what? I was just in shock. She goes, May, there's a slip road.
The Audi TT was a courtesy car and also had a tracker. Whilst the police originally arrested the brother, Mahek was on a call to one of the other defendants alerting them. She lied in the interview saying they was heading to Nottingham and got diverted to Leicester. Originally, she never mentioned her mother's affair with Saqib, but admitted Saqib was harassing her. She also stated she saw a blue car getting close to a silver car who she didn't know any of them. Mahek and some of the other defendants lied in their interviews. On arresting Mahek, police asked for her phone and password where she gave the wrong one to hide her involvement of the murder. Meanwhile, tracing the seat Leon led police to arrest 6 others. Natasha Akhtar, 22, the owner of the seat Leon, Raiz Jamal, 22, who was driving the seat Leon, Rikin Karwin, 28, who was driving the Audi TT with Mahek and Sreen. And Patel as passengers, Mohammed Patel, 20, Mustafa and Amir Jamal, 27. Later, prosecutor Collingwood Thompson Casey told the jury all 8 had been charged equally with murder because of their alleged intentions on that night. They have all admitted to having been in one of the 2 cars chasing the Skoda. However, according to the prosecutor, they did not have any chance to lie because the data retrieved from their mobile phones are reliable evidence of their involvement. All 8 have denied a charge of murder and an alternative count of manslaughter. According to the prosecutor, the crash was not a road traffic accident, since CCTV footage of the scene shows that after the crash they pulled in to check on damage to the seat Leon, while one of them had a balaclava on. Fast forward, months later, all 8 defendants were remanded and the trial began at the end of 2022. However, 6 weeks into the trial, it fell through due to jury irregularity and was rescheduled for 2023. Some of the defendants, including Mahek and Ansreen Bukhari, were released on bail until the retrial. April 2023. The retrial for the double murder case began. Over a span of 3 months, countless amounts of evidence, CCTV, lies and stories were gone through. Eventually, the jury came to the conclusion that 7 of the 8 defendants were guilty. Mahek and Ansreen Bukhari and the 2 drivers, Raiz Jamal and Rikin Karwin, were convicted of murder. The other 3, Natasha, Sanaf and Amir, were convicted of manslaughter. Mohammed Patel was the only defendant to be not guilty of all charges, most likely due to telling the whole story during the police interview and not changing stories at any point. The other defendants changed or lied many times during the trials and interviews. September 1, 2023. The sentencing.